You know that feeling, right? You're this close to a breakthrough idea, but it just won't click. It's like a word on the tip of your tongue. So why do you feel so stuck? Here's the thing. You're not failing at being creative. Your brain is literally hardwired for it. The problem, according to a whole lot of neuroscience, is that your brain's creative wiring has been taken hostage. And the culprit is something we all know and love: stress. But what if there was a way to break your creativity free? A specific mental exercise that has been shown to systematically tear down the walls that stress builds in your mind. Well, there is. We're going to break down the science of a meditation technique that does exactly that. I'll show you what's happening in your brain and how you can use it to get unstuck starting today. So before we get to the fix, we need to understand what's actually going on in your brain when you feel that creative block. And it all starts with stress. When you're overwhelmed or anxious, your brain isn't interested in your next brilliant idea. It's interested in one thing: survival. This isn't a metaphor, it's biology. Your brain's alarm system, the amygdala, starts going haywire, flooding your system with stress hormones like cortisol. Now, this stuff is great if you need to outrun a bear, but it's a disaster for creativity. One of the first things it sabotages is your prefrontal cortex, the sophisticated part of your brain right behind your forehead that handles complex problem-solving and flexible thinking. When cortisol runs high, it dampens the function of your prefrontal cortex. Your thinking gets rigid, you get tunnel vision, and thinking outside the box becomes neurologically impossible. Some studies on chronic stress even suggest it's linked to a shrinking of the hippocampus, a brain region vital for memory and imagination. The very things you need to connect old ideas into new ones. Your brain isn't just blocked, it's actively rerouting all its power to dealing with the perceived threat. This sparks a battle between two of the most important networks for creativity: the default mode network and the executive control network. It's a bit of a simplification, but a great way to think about it is this. Your brain has an idea generator and an idea editor. The default mode network, DMN, is your wild, spontaneous idea generator. It's what's firing when you're daydreaming or in the shower, connecting random dots and serving up those aha moments. The executive control network, ECN, is your focused, pragmatic idea editor. It takes those wild ideas from the DMN and asks, okay, but is this actually useful? Can we make this work? For you to be creative, these two need to be in a graceful dance together. But under stress, that dance turns into a cage match. Your editor network gets overactivated with worry and analysis, shouting down every new idea from the generator before it even has a chance to form. You are, quite literally, in a state of neurological lockdown. So how do we break out of this mental prison? This is where a specific, science-backed meditation practice comes in. Open monitoring meditation. Now when you hear meditation, you probably think of focusing on your breath and batting away thoughts. That's called focused attention meditation, and it's fantastic for building focus, a skill known as convergent thinking, which helps you find a single correct answer. Open monitoring meditation, or OMM, is different. Instead of a narrow spotlight of attention, think of it as turning on the floodlights. The goal isn't to focus on one thing, but to simply be aware of everything that shows up. Thoughts, sounds, feelings, without judging any of it. You're just an impartial observer of your own mind. This practice is the neurological antidote to that stressed, rigid state. And it works by cultivating the opposite of tunnel vision, divergent thinking. Divergent thinking is your brain's brainstorming mode. It's about generating tons of different ideas and seeing a problem from multiple angles. It's the engine of originality. And here's the cool part. Multiple studies suggest that open monitoring meditation can directly boost this ability. By practicing non-judgmental awareness, you're training your brain to stop shooting down thoughts just because they seem weird or random. You're giving your default mode network, your idea generator, permission to finally do its thing without the executive control network immediately criticizing it. This builds incredible cognitive flexibility, breaking you out of the rigid thought patterns that stress creates. That inner critic that whispers, "That's a dumb idea," starts to lose its power, because the entire point of the exercise is to not judge. From a neuroscience perspective, OMM helps reestablish a healthy, balanced conversation between your idea generator and your idea editor. You learn to notice a thought arise and then consciously decide if it's worth exploring further. This flexible, synchronized dance is the hallmark of a deeply creative brain. Just a quick pause. If you're getting something out of this breakdown of the science, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're all about giving you the tools to understand your mind so you can make it work better. Hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. This sounds great in theory, but the best part is how simple it is to do. No special gear needed, and you can start with just 10 minutes. Here's how. Sit in a chair, on a cushion, or even lie down. Just find a spot where you can be comfortable, but still alert. Take a deep breath and let your shoulders drop. For just a minute, gently bring your attention to the physical sensation of your breath. Feel the air moving in and out, or the rise and fall of your chest. This isn't the main event. It's just like dipping your toes in the water to get settled. Now, let go of that narrow focus on the breath. Widen your awareness to include, well, everything. Just notice what comes to you. A car horn outside, a feeling of warmth in your feet, a random thought about what to have for dinner, a flicker of boredom. The trick here is to not get sucked in. A thought appears? Just mentally note it. Thinking, and let it drift by like a cloud. Don't analyze it, don't chase it down a rabbit hole, and definitely don't get mad at yourself for having it. Your brain is a thought machine. That's what it does. The practice is just watching the machine work without getting caught on the conveyor belt. Every so often you'll realize you got completely swept away by a thought. That moment of realizing, that's a win. You just became aware again. So, without any frustration, just gently guide your mind back to that state of open, spacious monitoring. That's really it. You're just practicing being aware of what's happening, moment to moment, without an agenda. It'll probably feel weird at first, but with a little practice, you'll start to cultivate a sense of ease and space in your own mind. Try for 10 minutes a day and see what happens. So, the big takeaway is this. Your creativity isn't lost, it's just locked away. Stress puts your brain in a defensive crouch, crippling the very systems you need for imagination and insight. And while it isn't a cure-all, the science strongly suggests that open monitoring meditation is a powerful tool to pick that lock. It's more than just relaxation, it's targeted training for your brain. By practicing non-judgmental awareness, you quiet your inner critic, boost your cognitive flexibility, and fire up the divergent thinking that produces breakthrough ideas. You are actively restoring the powerhouse collaboration between your brain's wildest innovator and its sharpest strategist. The next time you feel that frustrating wall of a creative block, remember, it's not a personal failure. It's a brain pattern. And now you have a science-backed way to guide it back to its natural, creative flow. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is simple. Try it. The next time you need to solve a tough problem or come up with new ideas, do a 10-minute open monitoring session first. Don't just take my word for it. Run the experiment on yourself. Drop a comment below and let me know how it feels. And if you want to learn more about a different way to train your brain, check out this next video on how to hack your focus. Thanks for watching.